Well, if you check your time, it means just one big thing to an average Nigerian. We're getting closer to the big moment. Well, it's just like a year to the elections, yes, even though you are in January. By February of 2023, Nigeria should be voting if everything works perfectly well. And keep in mind, in leading up to the 2019 election, we had a lot of young people who came out for that election, the 2019 election. But Nigerians have been asking questions after that election, what went down? Were these people asked, to go off the radar? Did they chicken out? But today we're excited that we have one Nigerian who's always, been there since after that election. And today we're going to be talking with him and asking if he's still interested in running and what has actually kept his faith till this moment. Welcome to the discourse here on Classic FM. I'm Sulaiman, and today my guest has been around. He's always gone for the highest office in the land, talking about the presidency. And of course, he's also someone who's actually done quite a lot when it comes to looking at the financial sector. He will also tell us on, some of the key things about that sector. Today, we have Victor Ani-Laju, who is a presidential aspirant in the coming elections. Good to see you, and thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Classic FM 97.3.
So, I must say thanks also to you for finding time to come. The thing here is that first, let's start by getting to meet you. For those Nigerians that have been following you, some would really want to know more about Victor Ani-Laju and some of the key. Sometimes some of those things you've actually worked on may be used by some Nigerians listening without knowing that you are actually the creator. Now, let's first of all start. Who is Victor Ani-Laju?
Okay, so first thing first, I would say I'm a young Nigerian. This year I'll be 40.
Wow.
Yeah, I have my origin from the East. I was born in the South. I live in the West, and I do business in the North. So I see myself as that Nigerian boy that wants to be your next president, right? So just to cut the long story short, I'm the CEO and founder of ePay, one of the fast-growing electronic payment solution in Africa, right? So I also founded my own university called Victor University. You could check it out on www.victoruniversity.com. But we're focused on skill development. And,
is that online?
Yes, it's online. Yeah, you applied online.
Because recently the NUC gave a list of non-accredited university, or let's use the right word, fake universities. So this one is just an online.
It's online. Yes,
and
but you get to take your lectures offline too.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you get to take your lectures offline too.
So why the ePay, and from ePay you've been in politics? How long have you been in politics?
So I've been in politics for over 20 years now. Over 20 years now.
Whoa.
Right, because I've actually been in consulting for governors. For a very long. In fact, my first consulting job was with CBN. Then I was still in uni. We are the brains behind the CBN cashless policies.
Wow.
Yes. So I was schooling in Anambra State then, and Charles Soludo was the governor then. So one of our lecturer was one of the direct consultants to CBN. So he brought it down to us. So we gave him everything that he needed, because we were actually seeing where the future of Nigeria is going to. In fact, that was what led to me starting my own electronic payment company, because I already knew that CBN they are going to implement the cashless.
So working on the cashless policy with the other team members give birth to your
to
ePay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
So because immediately I left uni, I did not apply for any job. I just started my business from my room. But though I was doing some consulting job.
Because I was going to ask, how easy? Yeah. It's all still about this politics, but how easy it is for someone to start on his or her own?
Okay, first I would say you need to be determined. It's easy, but it's not easy. It's easy for me because I knew this is where I'm going to. So even if it's going to take me 10 years, I was ready to pay that sacrifice. You don't understand? But financially, it's not. It's not, because you have to raise your money, and running a business currently now in Nigeria with the situation of our power. So, and you don't know bank. Most of our banks are not willing to invest in a new company. But we had the idea. We knew where Nigeria was going to. In fact, it will surprise you to know that we were among the first to roll out our own coin. Before the likes of Bitcoin, Gold Coin came out, we already have what we call eCoin. eCoin as at 2010, we had already launched our own online eCoin.
So what happened to eCoin? How come?
We could not drive it because, number one, at that time the acceptance was very low. Number two, we needed some banks to partner with us, and no bank was actually willing to drive it because they felt it was alien. But we knew that this was where the world is going to, right? So, and just of recent now, we're trying to work on it, and even CBN is still trying to bring up some policy that will make it not to run. But all of this, we know that currently we have people in our government that actually, whether they don't, let me use the word, they don't understand the dynamics of life. They don't understand where the world is going into, right? Because Nigeria already have the name, we have the population. What we just need is that leader that can put his will to say, okay, this is where the world is going to. I want Nigeria as a country to start moving towards that direction. That's what we need. You're talking about whether they know us all over the world. As at the time I applied to MasterCard and Visa card to allow people to be able to use their cards abroad on our platform, we were like the third company in the whole of Africa that was doing that application. And guess what? They gave to Kenya, gave to Gabon. They turned us down because they said because of the fraud that was going on in our country. But we took that in good faith. We still moved on. But today now you can do all of that on our platform. You can make payment from.
We'll come back about perception now. Now you just mentioned some key things which will also make sense when we talk more about politics, perception of the country, to the extent that some people would want to deal with you. But quickly now, still for those Nigerians who are still having their startups, who are still digging it deep, holding it out there, they'll be interested in asking, Victor, was there a time you ever thought of quitting and seeking paid employment?
Okay, so yes, there were times like that, but not like quitting. There were times I thought of, okay, why don't I get a paid job and still be pursuing my business by the side, which I did, but it was more of training, consulting, right? Then I went into buying and selling. I went into agency, right, which I have even given birth to my second business, which is real estate. Yes, so that was what gave birth to.
So in other words, because you needed money and the banks are not willing to bring money, so you had to do some other consulting job, getting that money to fixing what you're working on. Sure. And here we are today.
Yes, in fact, I made most of my money that I invested into the ePay business from real estate business. So I started going to construction, and it's not really like maybe that was my first time of going into the construction work. No. I was born in Nigeria over 38 years ago, right? I at one time in my life I had to train myself in school. I have to hawk food like banana, plantain.
You did that
in Benin? Yes, there's a popular market called Santana Market in Benin.
I know Santana Market.
Yes, Sapler Road. Yeah, that's where there I used to hawk soap. We used to hawk soap, handmade soap. We used to make soap with our hand. We hawk it. We sell banana, sell Santana. Then at another time,
They may not know Santana, but you want to explain
market.
to them. No. They
Okay,
say sell
fufu,
Santana.
fufu.
Let people know.
Fufu, okay, it's a food. It's a kind of food that you
Fufu,
eat.
akpu.
Akpu,
That's
okay.
what they call it in Benin then.
Yeah.
Santana.
Yeah. So then from there, the days we don't have what to sell, we have to help people to carry their goods from inside the market to outside the market with wheelbarrow. We'll truck it in and out. Then from there, I started doing cleaning job in people's houses. There are some customers that I already have in the market that tell me, okay, come to my house. When I go to the house, I help them to clear their compound, wash their clothes, wash their plates, and they'll pay me. So that's how I grew up. I had to even trek sometimes to Ugbo. If you know Benin very well.
From Santana,
So,
from Sapele,
yes,
to the Jari area.
to Jaro, yeah.
That's some distance.
Yes. And guess what we go there to do? We go there to pick rubbers, pick coppers, pick metals, put them inside the bag, take it to a scale at Dumaze, Sapler Road. Do you know Dumaze? Yes. That's where we go. We sell those things. We'll make some money. We are going to school then in the afternoon, so that we can sell whatever we could sell.
Yeah. Then they had two sessions.
Two sections,
the morning session and the
So
evening.
I was going to Ivioto Primary School along same. That's
So Victor, so many things you're saying resonate with a lot of Nigerians, me inclusive. And now let's start talking about politics, because some will say you need someone who understands, the best of both worlds.
Sure.
Those who are
the streets.
Yes, and those who are already somewhere where you are as a CEO.
Yeah.
Now, your political journey. Let us in on your political journey. How did it start?
Okay, so let me start from naturally. I am a born leader. Even while I was doing all of those menial job, I had people who were working with me.
Awesome.
So I'd always grown. While I was on campus, I led one of the biggest, when I say biggest, youth organization in the whole of East. In fact, my VC, I had a personal relationship with my VC. Then, not because I was the best in my class, was because of the mighty work we were doing on campus. I was called in different campus to speak, motivate, and inspire young people. So naturally, I'm born leader and naturally, I have the gift to solve problems, right? Because some of those menial job I had to do was to solve the problems of my family as at that time. Right. So while I was on campus, there were different issues on campus: courtesan, strike here, and bad road, no good classroom. We led one of the best youth organization then to solve the problem. And I could tell you, my school right now have one of the best theater lecture, Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Right, that's that we initiated, that we pushed that, right? So
it's safe to say, sorry again to cut you, because I know we sometimes you think 1 hour is enough time.
Yeah.
And as we do here on the discourse, we try as much as possible to give our guests more time, more talk time, because that's the whole essence why you're here.
Yeah.
We want to know everything about you. But quickly here, so it's safe for us to say you started politics at the university.
Yes. 100%. In fact, my SUG leader was what they will call today his son. He comes to me for guidance. I give him direct guidance. Tell him this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. The time he had an issue when I told him don't go for this protest, and he led the protest, he had an issue with the school.
I just realized I am yet to give my listeners the number to send in messages, and for those, if it's your first time, I want us to restrict it to the WhatsApp, line, 090921722973, 090921722973. And if you're outside Nigeria, don't forget to put the area code +234. Already messages are coming in. That was how I remember that. Hey, come on with a minute. I'm yet to give the number, but I see messages coming in. And this here from Adegboyega Adedeji says, I welcome Victor to the podium and stage, and I wish him success in his purpose, in his pursuit to become what he desires in life. He's young, he's energetic, he's agile, educated, and innovative. And this is the kind of president we want right now. Sulaiman, I'm ready to vote anybody as long as he or she isn't appointed, chosen, or supported by PMB. And he or she must not be from APC or the PDP. We'll find out from Victor what party he is. But I want to know, where will Victor be getting his funds from to pursue his extremely expensive venture of becoming the next president of Nigeria? Where is he going to get the $300 million from Adegoga Adedeji? I'll take just 3 more before we continue. And this other one here says, our guest says, hello, Sulaiman. God bless your efforts. God bless you too, and thanks for listening. Welcome our special guest in the studio. I agree with our guest. Some of our leaders are not in tune with realities, and that is why we are where we are. Victor Ani-Laju is on point on the reality of doing business in Nigeria. The banks are not ready to support a new and growing business, and I'm trying to do the same, and it's not funny. This is from Ima Iniju. The other one that looks like a duplicated message also, so I'll just let that pass. So quickly, if you're listening, send in your message to Victor, to the program. He's running for office. He's a presidential aspirant leading up to the 2023 elections. And please keep the messages short and simple so that we can have more time. So, Victor, leaving university, did you go into mainstream politics, or you just you had this hiatus from the university? You waited for some time, or 1999 was when this democratic journey began.
Yeah.
At what point did you join this democratic journey?
Okay, so I grew up in Benin. I was born in Benin. So there was a time of SDP, but then I was not able to vote. But my dad and my elder sister, they were part of the executive of SDP, and we won.
Then we had two-party system, SDP and NRC.
So we won the election. It was jubilation.
I love that we won the election.
Yeah, we won the election then. So my first time I was voting was 1999. Yeah, so I voted for PDP. Not just voting. We now left SDP into PDP. That's when PDP started.
SDP, that was a Social Democratic
Party.
John Odige was in SDP.
Yes, the former APC chairman was the governor then. Yeah, was our candidate, and we won the election. That election is one election that made me believe that come 2023, I'm going to be the next president of Nigeria.
I didn't see all this coming. You just, put in so much in my head, when history, and now you're taking me down, and it's always good when I have people who can actually, relate with me across, all divide, whether it was the Second Republic, the NPN era, the UPN, time. But now you just said something about the SDP, and now we're getting into that 1999. That 1999, the governor was Lucky Benedion of the People's Democratic Party. And you also took part in that dispensation.
In fact, that dispensation, we did we actually, because then I was already working as a consultant.
As young as you were then.
In fact, I always, that's why I told you I'm a born leader. I was still in my teens, but my friends, they were in their 20s. So we galvanize all the secondary school students in the whole of Benin, from ICC, Niger College, Edo College, down to Western Boys, Itoha, Guest Grammar School, St. Maria Goroti. We galvanize all the seniors. That's how we started the campaign for Lucky.
That was strategic. All the seniors, because they were at least 18 years and above. Yes,
strategic. And we went to lessons. Then in Benin, people had passion for school. Not that I'm hearing.
Yes, extramural lessons were the big thing in Benin then.
Legacy, Rapid, there were a lot of them there. So we galvanized, we campaigned, we did the rally, we won again for the second time in Edo State. with another person. Then from there, I already knew that I have so much to do with Nigerian government. So even while he was in office, most of the projects he did were the brain behind it. Well, I worked basically as a consultant, right? So I was behind it. We're creating schemes, we're creating packages, we're creating programs that they can use to see how they can make life much better. But you are not the governor. Your own is to give advice. It's left for the governor to see if he or she will implement the advice, right? But I have been there in PDP as one of the founding members of PDP.
Let me shock you. Do you know that most of the messages coming in, they're excited to hear your voice? It's not because they want to vote for you.
Yeah.
And it's not because they don't like you. They're excited because they're hearing the voice of a young person.
Yeah.
Because on this show, we have this huge following to this, and the people are always asking, where are the young people?
Yeah.
And I've asked the question before, where are the Anthony Enahoro? Where are the Nnamdi Azikiwe? These people were in their youth when they came on the saddle.
Yeah.
If you want to take it outside Nigeria, you'll be asking questions, where are the Obamas?
Yeah, sure.
Where are the Martin Luther King? And so seeing you here, Kawalanski from Delta State, he's also happy. He says, kudos to your guest. And I wish him well in his pursuit. Just 2 questions for Victor Ani-Laju. Nigeria has gone 60 years without a clearly defined ideology. And our educational curriculum is useless today. My questions are, is ideology significant to any country's progress? If yes, then what ideology would you, Victor, want to build the Nigeria of your dream on? Then 2, what educational curriculum or model would you propose or suggest Nigeria adopts? So let's start getting into politics now.
Sure.
These questions, I hope we don't, you don't forget, but I'll remind you. But the 2019 election, and that's why I said I'm going to get Victor by all means before I start bringing some other new entrants.
Sure.
Because you were there leading up to that election 2018, and we had some conversations back then on television, and here you are today, and you've always had this talk, off and on. And I say, in all of these young people, I've always seen Victor there.
Sure.
You've been constant.
Thank
What
you.
kept you on? Because every other person, a lot of them disappeared.
I am born to do this. I am born to be the president of Nigeria that will change the life of Nigerians.
And you're not just saying it because you just want to say
No, sir.
Because some people they just need that toga, former presidential candidate.
The truth about it is that I will tell you just the way it is. Nigerian politics is quite expensive. You spend so much. In fact, my bank called me last year and said, since you declared what we are seeing going in and out, can you please
slow down?
I am not a government employee. I'm not under a politician. I have one of my accounts with GT. So if you want to investigate, you could go and check. It's money that I make with my own hands. That's what I'm spending. My dear, going into politics in Nigeria is tough. If he's not inborn, I would have left.
I want to bring this also back home. We had this conversation, 4 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And here you are today. And when we talk about money, let's also talk about some of the key things. Because apart from campaign that you would, make, campaign jingles, posters that you spend money on, how easy it is for you to get on television and radio programs that you're not meant to pay for? Has it been all easy?
No, I will not stand here and kid you. It's not. Some even what pains me, even some young presenters, we still want you to pay them to be in their own show. And sometimes I'm just feeling when Nigeria works, it is going to work for all of us. So why are you saying these old guys are not doing well? And you have a radio program, you have a TV program, feature me in your program, you want me to pay you first. And well, voila, thank God has blessed me. I paid them.
Well, you actually give them money?
Yes, I have to. I will definitely. I have to, because the truth about it is that one of the biggest problems we have found in Nigeria is that why we are seeing evil is because the good people are sleeping. So 2023 is just some months away. Maybe some people don't know. 2023 is like 12 months away.
Exactly, yeah.
And the so-called good people, we are sleeping right now. But these evil people are plotting, strategizing, putting their name out there. Even if it's from the money that they stole from us, they're using it to do it. Well,
but it's a shame, and I'm happy that I'm asking this. I want to stay on this a bit. It's a shame that young people would want to profit on what
will benefit.
Yes, what will benefit the nation. Because the truth is, for all those listening, the truth is that apart from jingles, campaigns, and slogans, to feature on political programs is free. So because you have to give a level playing field for all aspirants. I'm hoping, Victor, that
it's
not
painful, sir.
Well, we're not on television, which you can see his face. He suddenly changed. It's really painful to see young Nigerians do all of that. And I have had conversation with a lot of people off the air, and some of the key things that concerns they raise is what you just said. That, hey, come on, you called us, and here we are. We are amazed that you're doing this for free. And I say, wait, for every station, you have a purpose, to serve the people and to serve the nation. And I'm hoping that a lot of people will also see that. So that is one of the expenses. So that you go through, because you have to pay them, which you shouldn't pay. Well, what about those other people who, when you talk to people around your area, maybe you go around, because you say you do business in the north, you're around the east, you've gone around. So when you tell people your aspirations, about your aspirations, when you're done, do they also expect you to give them money?
See, the truth about it is that the reality of Nigeria of today is that people are suffering. If I give you my phone, if you hold my phone for at least 30 minutes, you will receive nothing less than 4 requests of please help me. Nigerians are suffering. It's just that the so-called politicians, the so-called leaders of today that are occupying our government houses are not keeping in touch with the realities of what is going on in this country. Even there are a lot of people in Lagos, forget about Lagos packaging, that are suffering. When I mean suffering,
so the reality
is that Nigerians, especially the young Nigerians, they are suffering. When I mean suffering is not just about maybe you eat once a day. Some of them don't even have 1 square meal to eat. Some of them are even in school, they can't even pay their school fees. And see, if I was supposed to give up on my pursuits to become the next president of Nigeria, with what I know now, with the level that I know that the suffering has gotten to, I can't give up, sir. Because if I give up, millions of young Nigerians will die. I'm telling you the truth. I am sent as a messenger to save this country from destruction. And that's what some people see, that I don't want to bear the name president, sir. My business can take care of myself and my family. But what is that?
Last 4 years ago, leading up to the 2019 election, you and some other young Nigerians, you collapsed your structure to support, was it Fela?
Yeah.
That was novel. That was fantastic, because everyone felt that the young people should all come together. But the outcome, I haven't actually featured you on any program since then. So were you excited about the outcome? Was there any kind of regret that you shouldn't have collapsed your structure?
Okay. Whether I shouldn't, for me as a person, no. Because I knew that I was doing that. I was ready to, my own pursuit at that time was to make sure that Nigerians, the suffering in this country ends. So if my ambition was going to be an obstacle to end that suffering, I was going to let my ambition go as far as whoever is coming on board will end the suffering. But we found out that at the end of the day, it actually did not turn out the way we expected. Nigerians, I would say it the way it is today. Nigerians were hooked up to two parties, PDP and APC. But we are very close to the election. There is no need for us to speak too much English. So when I let go in 2019, our candidate at that time had joined a new party, a smaller party. We had good ideas, but there was no proper party structure. So even with that, we went to some states. They've not heard about the party. When we were supposed to be campaigning, we were trying to explain to them the party, and
that's another reality.
That's the reality. So, and I've done that before. I've done that for Chris Okotie in Fresh Party in 2002. I campaigned for him.
That was leading up to the 2003 election.
Yes, leading to 2003 election. I did that also for Patutomi, something like that. One other party, and it didn't work. So my going into 2023, it will shock some of us. I might be going for either of these two parties, either PDP or APC. We might not like it, but there's a need for it. We've had Nigerians with great ideas.
I'll tell you, Victor, I've had people come on this show to say, look, if only the young people can actually dig deep into any of these two political parties and fight from inside.
Yes.
It's like you're in the kitchen and telling them, look, no. Don't put more pepper. Don't put more sauce. Yeah. It is like this. You can hold someone's hand.
Sure.
So that's what you...
Sure. Because let's not beat around this whole bush. 2023, the next president will come from either APC or PDP. The statistics, the dynamic, as of today, we only have fresh voters. We only have 3 million in the entire nation that have registered. You understand? The entire nation. And by June, INEC is going to end registration.
Well, anyway, quickly here, sorry to cut you again, as some just joining us saying, please tell us the name of this man. His name is Victor Ani-Laju. And you also didn't tell us your name. You just sent a message. So let's also know you. And this one here says, this is the kind of leader we need in Nigeria, but just that the system won't give him a chance. This is from Andra in VI. And another one here, I wish Mr. Victor success in his endeavors. Looking at the present security and economic challenges, what's your blueprint in resolving all of these? We'll very soon dig into these questions and just take them quickly. And hello, Sulaiman. Well, doing a good job. Thank you, Victor. If Mr. Victor is running, he's running. If Mr. Victor is running, I wish him all the best, but not in PDP or APC, because the two parties are a curse and not a blessing to us. It takes a lot to achieve, but he's starting with the right step. I'm Razak Balogun.
Can I come in there,
Samaja. Go ahead.
Let me just try and address the issue about PDP and APC. From my own research, I have found that the party as a party doesn't have a problem. It's the people that is inside the party that is the problem. APC is a name, PDP is just a name, SDP is just a name, ANN is just a name, AFGA is just a name. You understand what I'm saying? These are names, but the people in there, and that has been our challenge. We've had visionary leaders outside these two parties, but what my candidacy is going to do is to bring visionary leaders into whatever party I am going to be running on. So you'll be having technocrats, you'll be having young entrepreneurs coming into one of these two political parties, right? Because the truth about it, they have structures. Right? We can give that to them. They have members in every ward. They have they are well known. They are in the lips of every household, whether you like it or not, right? So it is not about the party name. It's about who are the people there and who are the candidates. It's the candidate that ends up producing what you see in your state, what you see in the country. It is not like the party. I know that there are party politics, right? And that is why I told every one person that is listening to me, I promise Nigeria that I will want to be one of the transparent leader we have ever seen in Africa.
Okay, so questions now. Let's first, someone asked about ideologies. Let us in on your ideology.
Okay, my ideology is that today, Nigeria have a peculiar problem. And if you check the demographic of Nigeria population, we have 80% of our population of young people. And to solve this our problem, we need to address the issues facing the young people of Nigeria. And to solve that problem is to use myself as an example. I am surviving and thriving today by my skill, not the certificate I got from uni, by my skill. So one of my focus and innovation, I will want to train every young Nigerian from the age of 16 upwards to have a skill. One youth, one skill. At least you must have a skill. And we are going to turn all our higher institution into industries. What I mean is that if you're supposed to be in school for 4 years, your year 1 and year 2 will be theory. Your year 3 and year 4 will be production. You have to produce something for you to be a graduate, right? Because the world have grown beyond just having a paper certificate. The world has come back into skill. So I will be focusing more on skill. Immediately you can read, you can write, you can express yourself, you can talk, you can express yourself, whatever language. It must not be English. English, knowing how to speak English does not show that you are intelligent. You can speak your local dialect and still be smart and intelligent and be sincere. So my focus, we are going to drive a skillful nation. And it will surprise you to know that young Nigerians are among the most intelligent young people on earth. And that's why you find that everywhere we go, we are making way with our skill, either by writing, either by music, either by acting, either by painting, either is it digital on digital platform. Some things today we hear that China that they are doing, we've already thought about these things some years ago. Before Bitcoin came out, as at 2009, we've already launched our own eCoin, but there was no bank to partner with us. So we Nigerians, young Nigerians, we are skillful. I've never met any young Nigerian that don't have a skill, right? Is it the way we talk? Is it the way we crack our jokes? Is it the way we laugh? The way
across
we sing?
all sectors?
Across all sectors, sir. Is it the way we do our electrical stuff, right? Is it the way we even handle construction work? I told you, I was still at the age of 12, 13 when I was already into construction. We knew how to dig, we knew how to lay foundation, we knew how to mix concrete, right? And we had the best. So if you ask me as that today, my major focus would be how to make every young Nigerians to become skillful.
And someone is worried. Adedeji comes back again and he said, well, he listened to you and he said, if Victor is saying 2023 president will come from either the APC and the PDP, then I wonder how he will be able to become the president when Bola Tinubu is yet to step down for Shibajo and Atiku, not willing to step down for any candidate. Is it Victor that these giants will step down for?
Okay, so let me help you understand the narrative as of today. Young Nigerians, we have the voters card. If you check INEC population, 80% of the voters are young people. So I tell you the truth, that itself will make any party as we speak as of today want to get a credible, visionary young leader to become their candidate. Forget about these names you are hearing right now. What they're doing with those names? They are using it to try if Nigerians will accept these old people. But those two names that you have mentioned, Nigerians are not willing to go their route. In fact, if it surprise you to know that some of these political parties that you are talking about, they are already coming to me to see how they can work with me. But I will let Nigerians know I'm not going through the back door. I have told Nigerians the way out is for us to get into either APC or PDP and take over that party and give birth to a new Nigeria. That is the way out. If I come and tell you something else, I've tried it in 2002 with Pastor Chris Okotie. It didn't work. He had visions, he had great ideas, but he had a smaller party without structure. It didn't work.
And sorry again to cut you, because Kewalansky listening from Delta State. Victor already answered your question on ideology, but we're trying to key this in, and he's worried. Kewalansky comes back again, and he said, well, as far as he's concerned, he sees APC and PDP as political associations because they don't have ideology. Because your ideology, which you highlighted earlier on, is truly based on socialism. You're talking about someone who go to school. In as much as you go to school, you still try as much as possible to have a skill.
Sure.
It reminds me of the Ujama philosophy in Tanzania, you know, education for self-reliance. And Kewalansky is worried. He said, how can we bring that when that same socialism idea is not in these two political parties?
The truth about it is that every party is willing to bend and shift tables for them to win an election. As I speak with you right now, I'm not kidding you. Any of these two parties that will make me their candidates, right, definitely will be the winner in 2023 election. Can you
make it in any of these parties? No, I'm talking about, because it goes back to Adegboyega's worry. Because it's going to be naira for naira, pound for pound, dollar for dollar. Can you get yourself, because we've seen how primaries are done.
Yes, sir.
So if you go, when you say if they make you, no, what if they don't make you and you're supposed to ensure that through your money, through the agents, you make it to becoming the candidate?
So let me tell you one thing that we all have to understand here. Every party wants to win. Every party will go for what will make them to win. And as of today, the population, the young Nigerians are clamoring for young visionary leader to be their next president. And I tell you, the message has gotten to these two parties. You know what they are just trying to do? They are trying to showcase these old persons first to see how Nigerians will accept them. And if Nigerians don't accept them, they are going to come back to get a younger candidate. And that's what they are doing. That is the plan. And the two persons that have shown their face in APC is as good as dead on arrival.
You think so?
100%. I'm telling you 100%.
Because you've used the word structure, countless times. And these same people are people with structures.
Yes, because even inside these parties, I will tell you, there is still the young people that work for them. And the young people have not benefited from their leadership.
Let me ask you a direct question now. Do you think, should you, for instance, you haven't told us which of the parties you want to go to. Let's say you found yourself in the APC. Victor Ani-Laju.
Yeah.
Will you be able to defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
100%, sir. 100%. As far as we are going to make it transparent, we are going to come back to the people. We are going to bring out our ideology. He has said he wants to educate Nigerians from primary school to university. That shows you that he actually he doesn't have touch with the people. Nigeria problem today is not school, sir. There are many graduates out there that don't have work. The young people, what they need is skill education, I have two persons that work for me. My accountant, I pay her just a bit higher than 100,000. Do you know the guy that edits my work, both video, audio, and all of that? I pay that guy close to 300,000. Yeah, because he's working with his skill. He's working with his skill. Most of the high earners that are working with me, I'm paying them. There was one of them I paid, sir. Maybe you'll be listening. I paid that guy 600,000. because I needed him to do some programming for me. I have never paid any professional that kind of amount, and that boy did not go to school to study programming. So I know what Nigerian youth wants is skill. If not for skill, we will not hear of somebody called Wizkid. We will not hear of them. These are skill. We will not hear of all these actors, actresses that we hear about that make names.
Let me call mine Portable.
Yes, no, true, really. Do you know? I
don't give true hoots what anyone thinks.
Yes,
Portable.
I am one of his fan. I am following him. I started following him. If not for skill, that boy would have been carrying guns.
Yeah.
Right. So what we need to do is to give every young Nigerian a skill.
I'll tell you something. At the beginning of the year, it was deliberate. I had someone, Libera Soshoma, a lawyer and one of Nigeria's fantastic analysts, as my guest. We wanted to look at, the past year and also see what we can get for, the future.
Yeah.
And he said, wait a minute. He said the entertainment industry is it for him. That if not for the entertainment industry, we would have lost it. And he started talking about some of these key persons and ideas you've raised. Now let's quickly see what more we can get here. And this one here says, hello, Sulaiman. Please tell Victor Ani-Laju that even though larger percentage of registered voters are young people, the question is how have these young people are these young people registered voters? And if they are, will they come out on election day? Those names you mentioned have what they call foot soldiers, and this is from Bidemi in Vega, and that's just it. Your young people, they're always there on social media.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what I say to some of them. I don't know if that is part. I think there's no polling unit on social media.
Sure.
So Bidemi is worried. Your young people, are they registered voters? Are they foot soldiers? Can they do what these people have been doing with their own soldiers?
Young Nigerians don't have issue registering. I'll give you a sad news, and I'm going to pick it up with INEC. INEC have delayed the release of voters card. They have delayed the release. In fact, some persons who have registered since last year have not gotten their voters card. And we know that this is the strategy of these old incompetent politicians. Young Nigerians want to do the right things, but these old incompetent politicians always come into the system and disrupt the system, right? So, but even as at today, over the 80 million registered voters, are 80% of them, which is about 60 to 55 million of them, are young people. But we still need more persons to register. The young Nigerians, we know our problem. We want to solve it. But we still know that some of these old incompetent politicians have a way of disrupting the system. But let me tell every one of you that is listening to me today, 2023 is about life and death, good and evil. And for me, Victor Ani-Laju, and millions of young Nigerians, we have chosen life and we have chosen good. And we are ready to stand for our rights, to stand and vote in a young visionary leader that is competent enough to lead this country. Whether it's on PDP platform, APC platform, you will get to know by next month. We will do that official announcement. But I tell you the truth, see, party belongs to everybody. Do you understand what I'm saying? APC or PDP belongs to everybody. No one person was born with APC or PDP. It is nobody's birthright. It is Nigerian party.
Some of those listening to you are not happy with you anymore. For instance, this is from Grace. Grace says, well, my name is Grace. My advice for Victor, he should never again say that the future president will come from PDP or APC. While that was, being read, another one dropped here, and it's from Adedeji. Adedeji said, at this junction, I think I have to say that Victor is a dreamer, not a realist. If he really wants to make progress, he should come out in another party, not APC or PDP. I think he has just lost my vote. So, one down. And, well, Jamiu from Oshodi is saying, well, hello, Slyman, and hello, Victor Ani-Laju. Please ask Victor, maybe he has made any move about these two political parties. Did he does he have any relationship between the two parties? He wants to know if you started making conversations,
I made my intention known after the NSAS. It was in Abuja. NSAS ended in October. I made my intention known November. From that time, we have been consulting every party we have in this country. And right now, as we speak, INEC have dissolved over 72 parties already. So we are left with like about 18 or 13 parties. We are constantly in touch with them. Constantly in touch.
With 18 political parties?
Yes. And
not just APC and the
PDP?
PDP?
No, we are constantly in touch. And we sat down. I'm not in this journey for the first time.
But what if Nigerians, from what I'm saying now, sorry to cut you here because we're trying to put a whole lot. What if Nigerians are saying, Victor, look, we're with you. We don't want you in APC or PDP.
Okay. That is fair enough. I am going to listen to them. Right? And if they can give me an alternative party that have that structure. Sir, let me tell you the truth. We're in Lagos. Most of the people who are responding to us, they are from Lagos. There are places in Nigeria, I could tell you, they are over 50% part of this country that they've not heard of any other party apart from PDP and APC. I could tell you. I mean, knowing that election is 12 months away. So first of all, now, I have to look for money and resources to go to those places to introduce to them a new party. That is one. Number two, I have to now go back there to get them to become members of those parties. Then number three, during the election, I will now have to go back there again to ask them to vote for me. I'm not making this. When I took this decision, it was not easy. I thought I was going to be betraying the people. But at the other hand, I asked myself, what will work? It is obvious. It is clear obvious. Nigeria have not accepted you to run as independent candidates. If we had done that, it would have been easy for me. You still need a political party to run. And it will shock you. What even now made me to decide? I found out that inside those 13 to 18 parties, like 7 or 8 of them are already like Boy Scouts. They are errand boys for either APC or PDP. So even if you join those parties, 2 months to the election, you will hear the chairman will announce that we are merged. So there is no ice here. I want Nigerians to believe me in this. I'm going to be 100% transparent. I'm going to tell you how we are going day to day. By next month, I'm going to come back here and tell you the party.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I think people listening will want to see you come back and talk. Sahid Barua says, hello, Slyman and Victor. I'm excited to see young and vibrant Nigerian coming out of for this position like Victor. My question now will be he and his team, will he and his team be able to achieve his dream and aspiration, for instance, in APC, knowing full well that the people there have different views and agenda from his own. Mind you, Diaz is not people-oriented, or that's how I put it. There's the O there. You know who's put an O in our thing. It's longer than what you think. Okay. So he's telling you. So if you have a socialist idea and you want to go into a political party that is different from yours, how do you make that work?
See, the truth about it is not only APC that is the party in Nigeria as we speak today, right? We still have PDP there, right? So, and this negotiation as we speak is still going on. So any of the party that is willing to run with our idea, we are going up with that party, and we are going to come out openly and announce we have made an agreement, an alliance with so and so party that we are running with, and this is the terms of the agreement.
Well, I think we'll have a whole lot here, a lot of messages, and Lawrence just drew my attention to Twitter, and apologies, and this is from Jenny. Jenny Jenny on Twitter is saying, Sulaiman, please tell Victor there's a difference between skill and talent. His example with Wizkid having a skill didn't add up. Well, that's another argument, but I think we acknowledge this. Thank you, Jenny. Good to know you're listening. And thanks. Sometimes, Jenny, they almost made us forget Twitter. So I fell in love with Instagram after that, but all the same. My name is Ife. I want to ask Victor what he will do about the clamor for Oodua Nation, Biafran Nation, the Ijaw Nation, who don't want Nigeria anymore but their own nation. This is from Ife. If we can do this quickly in a minute so I can take some other questions.
Okay, so for that, it's because the current Nigeria as we speak today is not working. If when Nigeria starts working, you will not see people agitating to leave. Because Nigeria is not working for them, Nigeria is not working for you and I, right? So that if apart from those people, we there's still another agitation. There are over 50 million Nigerians that have applied to the agent that processes visa to leave Nigeria.
They want to run away.
They want to leave Nigeria. So as of last year, they have recorded over 50 million applicants. So outside Ijaw and all of that, they are calling for their own. They are young Nigerians today are selling their fathers' houses to leave the country because the country is not working. When we make Nigeria start working, people want to stay and remain.
Absolutely. And this is a quick one Nigeria. Here, and from Stephen in Surulere, also in Lagos. He said, please, I need Victor Ani-Laju's social media handle and that of Liboros. Liboros is not here today, but if you search for Liboros or Shoma, I'm quite sure you find his handle. Your social media handle.
My handle is at Victor Ani-Laju. Just the way it's pronounced. Just there's no space, there's no hyphen, there's no all together.
Anilaju.
Yes, Victor Anilaju. You will see it. Then if you do the hashtag help is coming, you will see much of my post. Hashtag help is coming. All together, no space, no hyphen, nothing.
And I'll take this as my last message, and it's also from Ima in Iju saying, Dear Victor, if you're just waking up to the fact that elections is just a few months away, but no political structure, no, it says, are you just waking up to the fact that elections are just a few months away and no political structure? I'm losing confidence. Victor, address this. Don't make him lose confidence.
No. See. The truth about it is that politics is about acceptance. Acceptance because you will present yourself as the candidate and the people need to accept you. And accepting you, they need to accept your party. Right? There are parties that are willing for me to run under their platform. But do Nigerians want to accept those parties? We have done our own research and we find out that the acceptance for such parties is very low. Right? No matter how or especially the voters. So we want to go into a party that the acceptance is high, especially from the voters, because politics is about acceptance and numbers.
And this one right here from us here in the studios, as we round off, we have listened to your very humble beginning in the streets of Benin and so many other places, your education in Nigeria's southeast. It looks to us that you're a grassroots person. So why don't you start from the grassroots?
We have started, sir. We've been to the north. Last year, we've been to 9 states.
No, I mean, for instance, if I'm going to start something in Lagos, trust me, I'll say, I want to be the chairman of Alimosho local government. And I'll wrestle it with them in Alimosho, which is the biggest local government. And I'll say, hey, wait a minute. This is who I am, and this is what I want to do.
Sir, I will tell you the 100% honest truth. No local government chairman or state governor today can fix their local government or their states without the influence of the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And you still think it's not because the chairman is not a chairman that knows his powers? Because keep in mind that this now comes to them. But we see stooges who have become chairmen to the extent they come before journalists, before the media and the people and say, we are okay with our monies going through our governors.
Yeah, because the truth about it is that is one of the things I want to do. I want to make sure that every ward in Nigeria starts working. Because once the wards are working, the local government will work. Once the local governments are working, the state governments will work. Once every state in Nigeria starts working, Nigeria will work.
And if you don't get the ticket, or should someone say, go to the National Assembly and become a lawmaker. Some of these things about what will work and what can't work. Victor, you can help tweak our constitution. Is that an option?
Let me tell you the truth. Whatever party that I'm going to run on, I'm not going alone. I'm going with young Nigerians, entrepreneurs, technocrats, politicians that we also be vying for other political offices, from governorship to councillor to House of Rep to senator to whatever it is. So I'm not just running. I'm not in this race alone. We have team, and what we have decided is that whatever party we are going to partner with, because it's going to be a partnership. Whatever party we are going to partner with, we should be able to have candidates that will contest the election in different offices.
Absolutely.
Right?
That I think is a fine place for us to leave it today. And I must say, thank you very much for being such a nice company.
Thank you for having
Victor
me.
Ani-Laju, for being a part of this program today. He's the founder of ePay, and of course he's vying for the office of President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the coming elections. You can catch up on the discourse on our YouTube channel to find out more in case you missed this, and keep a date with us next week. I'm Sulaiman. Bye-bye.